Without accountant, no accounting can be possible. Obviously, the main hero of the accounting information is the accountant. He has to know each and every detail of the transaction. How much money is going out, how much money is coming in. Then only he will be able to record the transactions. Then only he will be able to tell exactly the profit or the losses a company has incurred. So these are the basic, basic things which the accountant needs, the transactions. Now, the accountant will first observe. The accountant's role is first to observe all the events and the transactions. Then he will recognize which are those events and transactions which are to be recorded in the books of accounts, which are to be recorded for the purpose of accounting. Now, the question arises, what is the meaning of event? Let's see. Event simply means if a company has called a meeting. In the meeting, the company's board of directors asked all the employees that you are not required to bring your own personal laptops anymore in the business. Now, if they have been denied by the board of directors, then each and every employee will have to listen to that. This is an event because all the employees, the full organization has been involved in just doing the work as told by the board of directors. Now, the events is a basically mere a thing which has to be done in the full organization. Now, it has not to be recorded. The question arises why this has not to be recorded, because there is no monetary gain or monetary loss. Nothing of money is going out, or nothing of money is coming in. But in order to implement this event, there should be a transaction. The transaction would be of buying the laptops by the organization for the employees. Obviously, since this policy changed, the organization will have to buy laptops, more laptops for all the employees, as they have been denied to bring their personal laptops. So these are all the events and transactions which an accountant looks for. Whether it has to be recorded, whether there is any outflow of the money, or whether is there any inflow of the money. Only then he can recognize that which are the transactions which have to be recorded in the books of accounts. Now, next is the measurement. Obviously, the measurement unit. The measurement unit plays a very important role. Without measurement, nothing can be done. If at all, if you want to buy some of the items, if you want to buy oil, obviously we will ask to the shopkeeper that give us 2 liters of oil or 1 liter of oil. We won't say give us 5 rupees or 1 kg of oil. Obviously, the oil has to be measured in liters only. Likewise, other things as well, like salt. We can't say give us 1 liter of salt. It's obviously it has to be done in the kgs. Likewise, all the transactions which are to be recorded in the accounts have to have some of the measurement. Now, what is the measurement? It has to be measured in rupees. So rupees is the measurement unit of the transactions. Now, after it has been measured, after processing it, process simply means to record, to classify, and to summarize all the transactions which have been recorded in the accounting information. Now, first the accountant did was to measure in the form of monetary terms. Then he processed the accounting information, and after that, the main work starts, that is to compile the reports. After each and every transactions have been recorded in the books, they are to be compiled. Now, compiled as in what to compile, how to compile. Okay. Now, the business is mainly just started to earn profits. If the firm is earning profit or not, if there is profits or losses, this all has to be seen. The end result has to be calculated. So for this, the accountant has to compile all the accounting records at the end of the recording of the transactions. Now, this should comprise the accounting information. Obviously, the accountant's main role is to record transactions of the monetary items. Then after that, he will display or publish the reports he have made out of the transactions done in the full accounting year. Now, this should be comprised of the accounting information only, nothing apart from that. Now, after compiling, after displaying all the reports, after analyzing all the reports, these reports are then communicated to the end users. Now, Communication to the end users. End users are basically the people who are interested in looking into our company, looking into the matters of our company, looking into the financial matters of our company are the main users. They can be internal users, they can be external users as well. Internal users can be the managers, the directors, apart from that the employees. Obviously, with that only the managers will have to take the decision. Then only they will try to analyze what gone wrong, what was the wrong in the previous month or in the previous year, which has not to be repeated for future growth and profits. Next are the external users. External users are basically the potential investors or the present investors who have invested the money into our business. Apart from that, the bankers who have given the loans to us, the creditors from whom we have brought the goods on credit. Apart from that, the government also is interested in our books of accounts and the customers also, because they want to know if the company is doing good or not, if the company is in profits or not, if the company is doing, if manufacturing the products on an ethical manner or not. These are to be looked for by the external users. So main role is of accountant. Accountant has to deal with each and every person. Accountant has to deal with each and every employee of the company, because he will ask from them what is the actual amount that has been spent, what is the actual amount which has been gained by the company, so that he can record all these transactions. Now, the next is the accounting should be so much relevant so as to that users can take up appropriate and precise decision. It should not be vague. For example, let's take an example. There was a fire in the factory. Now, if we imagine a fire in the factory, we always imagine there is a huge amount of fire going on. There is a huge amount of damage which a company has, the business has incurred. But there was a fire for just 5 seconds. It was stopped immediately. But the fear of fire gave the adrenaline rush into the customers, into the potential investors, that the company had incurred a fire, a loss. But the information should be relevant. The accountant should tell this information in so precise manner, so relevant manner, that the investors could not be in fear, should not be in fear, and should take a wise and appropriate decision. Next is the adequate. The adequate information simply means it should not be low, it should not be much higher as compared to the actual data. Like for example, if there is an expense of rupees 500, then it should not be there like the accountant wrote down 700 rupees. So this is not adequate. This is the wrong data. This should not be the thing. All the information, each and everything should be adequate. It is not like that the accountant is trying to hide the sum of the transactions because they incurred much of the losses. This should not be the scenario. The ultimate scenario, the ultimate thing done by the accountant should be the adequacy of the information. Last is the reliability. Obviously, the reliability, the trustworthiness we have on accountant matters a lot. Why does it matters a lot? Because the accountant is the person who is doing the accounting, and after that he is presenting the reports, he is compiling the reports, he is presenting the profit or the loss. So depending upon his information, depending upon his statement only, the potential investors, the government, each and every user of the business will take a decision about to invest in the company or not to invest in the company. So the information should be so much reliable. There should be no biased thing. There should be no non-ethical or unethical thing which an accountant can do. So it should be so much reliable, relevant, and adequate as well. Now, because these all help in the decision making by the external users. Next is the divergent needs. Now, the thing is, accountant is not only to do the accounting work. He is not only has to record the accounting information, he is not only there to record the financial transactions, but also has to do more with it. Now the question arises, what type of more? How much more? And which areas he has to do work more? So the answer to this lies in since there are so much needs amongst the users want so much of information about the company, like for example, for which there is a development of sub-disciplines like financial accounting. There is a financial accounting who does the recording work only. He has to do only with the financial data, the amount which has been spent, the amount which has gained by the company. This is basically the financial accounting. Next is the cost accounting. Obviously, the cost has to be lowered down in order to earn profits. If the cost is much more than the selling price, then the firm will incur losses. To reduce this, just to maintain, just to control this, there is a cost accountant. Cost accountant's work is just to make things much easier and to make it much more cheaper as compared to the other competitors in the market. Next is the management accounting, where the analysis part takes place, where we have to analyze by taking out the ratios, by checking out the cash flows, if the company is doing good or not, if the company will prosper in future or will have to do much more exercise, much more things in order to get the profits in their place. So this was the role of accountant in generation of accounting information.